So today is Angelina Jolie's birthday, and I love Angelina Jolie so much. She has inspired me in so many different ways, and I love her. So I saved a film for both Pride Month and Angelina Jolie's birthday, which just happens to be the same month. And I'm going to remind you that she is indeed bisexual and that she has had many an affair with a lady, an affair of the heart. Um, Once you love women, you always love women. So, what I'm saying is Angelina Jolie is bisexual. Don't forget it. And on that point, I watched 1996's Foxfire, which is not only kind of a gay movie, but also an Angelina Jolie movie and a film directed by a woman. It hits like every mark you could want to hit. Plus, it is so 90s. Oh, so 90s. So, it's directed by Annette Haywood-Carter, and it is from a novel by Joyce Carol Oates. However, I believe in the original novel, it's set earlier, and they take the novel, sort of inspired by the novel, and they take it and they set it in Portland in the 90s. Portland in the 90s. This is 1996. This is very important. If you remember, this is the Pacific Northwest is where all the art and grunge and all of that was coming from. Here we are, girl group. The thing I loved the most about this movie is it is mostly teenage girls. So many teenage girls, and teenage girls, for the most part, being there for each other and being a community for each other. And it was really refreshing and wonderful to watch. The film actually stars Hedy Burress as Maddie, who is an art student who's about to go off to art school. She's trying to finish her last year. Her boyfriend is played by Peter Facinelli, which I gotta tell you, a movie that's about girls falling in love with girls, but also dating Peter Facinelli. It's like, how have I not seen this movie before? This is my type. I am that person. So she's just trying to get through. She doesn't actually know the other girls. Rita, played by Jenny Lewis. Jenny Lewis of Rilo Kiley in Troop Beverly Hills, but she's like chunky and fat and wears pants that are too big and lumpy sweaters, and I was like, oh, it's me. Like, that's me in high school. Goldie, played by Jenny Shimizu, who was indeed one of Angelina Jolie's exes, and Sarah Rosenberg, who plays Violet. These girls do not know each other than they are in the same grade together. And you find out that Rita and Violet are both being sexually harassed by their biology teacher. When a sexy drifter shows up, played by Angelina Jolie, her name is Legs, because of course it is, she basically is like, well, let's beat him up. And so, well, first she's like, let's just be together as women and support each other and believe women when they say something, because Rita's telling them about it, and a couple of the other girls are saying she's making it up and all kinds of stuff. And then when Violet comes in and says it's happened to her too, some of the girls still don't believe them, and you're just like, believe women! Oh my God, 1996. So they go to like help her during her detention and end up accidentally beating the teacher up. And then in getting suspended for beating the teacher up, when really he should just get fired and they should be getting a pat on the back. More things happen as they are suspended and become a girl gang. Mostly they hang out and help each other out. They get into some shenanigans. Drugs happen. All kinds of sort of teenage soap 90s things. I don't want to spoil it. Just go down this road for yourself. The things I enjoyed, though, is there's a scene where Angelina Jolie is giving herself a tattoo on her boob. She just takes her shirt right off. There's no bras in this movie, which is great. I don't wear a bra. I don't believe in bras. If you don't need a bra, don't wear a bra. She's doing a tattoo, so she'll never forget the night that they broke into the high school to get Maddie's art portfolio so she can go to art school. And everyone's watching, and Into Dust by Mazzy Star plays in the background, and I lost my mind. I actually lost it. I had to rewatch the scene a couple times. I was like, if I had seen that when I was like in 1996 or 97, it would have been VHS. I would have been 10 or 11, and I feel like I would have figured out my feelings so much sooner. I wish I'd had somebody who was like, Mariah, watch this movie. Because my intro to Angelina Jolie, as with many of you, was Girl Interrupted and Tomb Raider. And I wish I had seen some of these early. And Hackers. I did see Hackers in high school. Hackers is so good. I got some Hackers stories. I'll tell you about those someday. Oh, so that amazing scene happens. Then there's another scene where all the girls are like at a skate park, and the Jeanette Napolitano version of oh god, Dancing with Her Shoes Off, is that the name of the song? The Patti Smith song is playing, and it's like I can't. I was like so in love with the scene. I feel like they made this movie for me, which means they made it for girls like me who were, slightly older, because I was a preteen, and this was really made for teenagers. I missed the whole like boom of great movies for girls in the 90s, and like the zines and Riot Girl and all of that, because I grew up in an isolated town that didn't have any of these things, and I like missed all of it. And now I'm like watching it all as an adult going, why didn't I have this? Even though I should have had it, and it makes me really mad. Ugh, small towns. So, this is rambling. I loved this movie. The other thing, so, it's a queer movie in that perhaps Legs likes girls. She makes a joke about liking girls, and there's definitely some cruising going on between Legs and Maddie. Maddie doesn't know how she feels. Right now she's dating Peter Facinelli, who's also an artist and very beautiful. But when Angelina Jolie shows up, what are you going to do, And they have really great chemistry. And so they're both trying to figure it out. And so it's a great movie for people trying to figure it out and seeing that everyone has to figure it out and everyone is confused at some point in their life. There's also a cameo moment with Richard Beymer, aka Tony from West Side Story, aka Twin Peaks, but because he's just hanging out in Twin Peaks, so he's in Portland. I don't know. I just ate a lot of chocolate, so now I'm really hyper. Dark chocolate will make you not sleep. I don't know why I eat it at 10 o'clock at night. That had nothing to do with this movie, except that it was good. And this movie was good. And I think that in a post sort of, if I hate this phrase, but in a post-Me Too world, I feel like this movie should get a critical re-examination. But also, if you go to the Rotten Tomatoes, most of the reviews are by straight men, and I'm like, I don't need straight men telling me that this teenage girl movie isn't any good, especially a kind of queer teenage girl movie. Like, go away. So, anyways, you should watch this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. I thought it was really good. I cannot believe that I had never seen it before. I'm so glad that I finally saw it. And happy birthday, Angelina Jolie. You give me joy every day. So this is Annette Haywood-Carter's Foxfire. I really liked it. If you want to talk about how 90s all of the posters are, find me on Twitter. And, oh yes, speaking of 90s, there's great early 90s Photoshop and internet. Yes. So you should double feature this with Hackers, because Hackers is always good. And then you get Angelina Jolie and Jenny and Angelina Jolie and what's her name, her first husband from Hackers. I'm forgetting his name. Johnny Lee Miller, right? Yeah. Great double feature. Mid-90s. Okay, Foxfire. It's on Amazon Prime. Give it a watch.